Hello, we are the Huletts, missionaries to Alaska. I am Phil Hulett, my wife Emily Hulett, our son Baker Hulett,
Hi!
our daughter Katie Ray Hulett.
Hi!
When I was 9 years old, I heard the kids at school talking about how they had gotten saved. I went home that night and asked my dad what it meant to be saved. He took out his Bible and he showed me how I was a sinner and I deserved to die and go to hell. But God loved me so much that He gave His Son to die on the cross for me. That night on our living room couch, I accepted Jesus Christ as my personal Savior. Sadly, my family was away from the Lord and not attending church, so I didn't give my life completely over to God until I was 18. Soon after that, God started dealing with me about full-time service and ministry. I went to Crown College of the Bible in Powell, Tennessee, praying that God would show me what He would have me to do. Between my freshman and sophomore years of college, I received the second most wonderful gift from God, my wife. We moved back to Tennessee and finished college. After graduation, we returned to our home church in Pekin, Illinois. I've had the opportunity to serve as the Sunday school director and the Children's Ministries administrator. In August 2010, I was ordained through Bethel Baptist Church in Pekin, Illinois. And I know without a doubt that God has directed me and my family to go to Alaska to reach these people for the Lord.
Hi, I'm Emily. I had the amazing privilege of growing up in a pastor's home. At the age of 12, sitting at church camp, hearing the preacher talk about being a phony and how he explained what a phony was, I knew that I believed in something that I thought had happened. I realized I was living like a phony, acting like I was a Christian. I was a preacher's kid, I thought. I just had to be saved, right? No. I remember being so overwhelmed I wasn't saved, and I needed to be. My mother led me to Jesus. So on that day, June 13th, 1995, at 8:35 p.m., I trusted Jesus Christ as my Savior, trusting in His blood to cleanse me. My life has been forever changed. Life as a PK is interesting. You learn the ups and downs of ministry really quick. But what I believe I learned is that God is faithful all the time. When Phil and I got married, we knew that God had plans for us. We went through Bible college trusting God to meet our needs and soaking in everything that He had for us. God has also given me a burden for children. We waited on God to bless us with our own, and we have 2 children we are striving to raise for the Lord, and 2 children waiting for us in heaven. I'm anxious to see how God can use our family in reaching Alaska for Christ.
The goal for our ministry is pretty simple. When we first get to Alaska, we're going to work alongside a veteran missionary for 2 years to get used to the lifestyle and the culture of Alaska. While Alaska is part of the United States, the lifestyle and living conditions are a lot different than the lower 48. After those 2 years, we're praying about villages that we can go to. And then our job is simple. We're to sow seed and water. We're to spread the gospel the same way we heard it, by loving, caring people, concerned for our souls.
God has called us to Alaska, but He has also given us a special burden for the children of the villages in Alaska. These kids have never heard about Jesus. They don't know about the love of God. They don't know about having a Father in heaven. We have a special burden to show them the love of God, to show them that life isn't all about all of the bad things that happen in the villages. We want to show them the love that God gives each one of us, that He died for each one of them. Can you imagine if somebody didn't tell you?
My name is Bruce Claypool. I'm a missionary in the western part of Alaska, an area that's called the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta. It's about the size of Oregon. And we call it the YK Delta, but in the YK Delta we've got about 56 villages. They're inhabited by the Yupik Eskimo. And I live in the town of Bethel, which is the population hub for the entire YK Delta. And from Bethel we travel and reach out into some of the villages there in the YK Delta, but of the 56 villages, there's not a single one that has a missionary in that village, and of those 56, there's probably between 35 and 40 that have never had any gospel witness at all.
Hi, I'm Elsie Gibbs. I'm here in Alaska, and I'm here with my family. My husband is Ellery Gibbs, and we have 6 children. And just a little bit of background on myself. I'm Alaskan Native. I'm from the Athabaskan tribe here in Alaska, and my village that I originate from is called Tyonek. And there's a lot of spiritual battles in Alaska and in the villages in Alaska, and one of them being the oppression that the devil brings to the villages, and a lot of it is through false religions. The Russian Orthodox churches are everywhere in all of these villages up here, and then also through the native culture. I'm just basically another little village girl is what I like to call myself, another little village girl saved by grace.
The Bible doesn't promise that things will be easy. In fact, for the Christian, it promises the opposite. Trouble and hardship are going to be there. But our goal for the ministry is simple. Sow the seeds and water. Be faithful to God in what He has called us to do, and through that, try to reach Alaska for Christ.